Okay, let's see who we're doing next. We're doing your November general reads. Taurus, ooh, interesting. I thought it was going to be Capricorn. Your songs are Digital Bath by the Deftones, Dear Jenny by the Dresden Dolls, Love's Gone by the Four Tops, and Undenied by Placebo. We're doing your November general read, but what we're doing is because it's Halloween, we're going to do what I normally do for Halloween. I'm going to do the Wheel of the Year for you. Please check out your Sun, Moon, Rising sign. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't your Sun sign. Please check out your Rising, Moon, and Venus sign for additional messages. We're going to do an Oracle card for you first from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Then we're going to follow with your spread for the year, starting with November 2023 all the way through to October 2024. We're going to clarify with the Sun and Moon Tarot, and then we're also going to get you some numbers, some magnetic poetry. We're going to do all of that in an hour, and that's what we're going to try. I mean, I know I'm like super ambitious, aren't I? Everything you need to know is in the description box of the video, including the only place that you can donate to the channel, as well as the only place that you can reach out to me to book a personal reading. I will never reach out to you individually to book a private reading or to ask for donations. That's what scammers do. All right, so let's get started for you. All the cards have been pre-shuffled. We're going to shuffle on camera anyway, and I'm talking super fast because I want to try and get this done in less than an hour. Okay, let's see what we can do for you here. As far as the Shaman's Dream Oracle, what is the message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? We'll give it a little knock and we'll see what we can get. 33, breaking down to a 6, joyful muse, inspiration. There's something here that you're drawing inspiration from during this year, or you could be the muse that other people are drawing inspiration from. There's also something here about music. So you might actually find that you are drawing inspiration from music at this time, or getting amped up from music. You also might be able to find respite with music. 6 breaks down. 6 is actually about family. It's about harmony. And so this is where you get into fostering culture of some sort. But lean into those who inspire you. That's super, super poignant and important for you during this year. Let's go ahead and let's see what we have for you. We're using the Botticelli Tarot. I've already washed the cards, but we're going to go ahead and, I like that Sassy Scorpion says that all the time, that she's washed the cards. So I'm going to steal that term. I've already washed the cards, or rather pre-shuffled the cards multiple times in between readings. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do that anyway on camera for you. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get started. We're going to start with your current energy for this upcoming year. This is normally a personal spread. While I normally do like a personal big, huge, giant spread for myself, we're going to try and give you something of an insight because we're getting up on the pagan New Year with Samhain, or Halloween as the layman would call it. So let's see what we have for you. What is your energy during this whole time? The center of the spread, twist for fairness. We have to do it. We have to do it. You get those people who are like, yeah, but you know, those reversals were always going to be reversals because you didn't do it. Let's go ahead and let's see. For Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, what is your energy? That is too much, but we do have a flipper here. We had some card vomit that we won't take. Devil did come up, right? But that's... Let's see what we have. Oh, the need to save. Stop spending so much money, Taurus. The need to save is a harbinger here. This is the Four of Pentacles, is a harbinger for you about the need to save, to protect your heart space, to be protective over your assets during this year. And again, I have been trying to show people that the Four of Pentacles is about more than coin. It's about protecting things that are close to, holding something close to your chest. Maybe your secrets, your ideas. Could also really be about the heart space itself. And you know, of course, let's be practical here. It could also be your finances themselves, but more than likely it's about making sure that you're being practical with your spending, being practical with the, you know, the spend of your time, the spend of your heart. So that's what we have. What's your obstacle? What's your obstacle during this time? By the way, this is also your November general read at the same time. I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So that's about efficiency too. You could be dealing with efficiency. I want you to check out your North Node. So run your natal chart. Because Taurus is my North Node, so I'm paying attention. Your 8 of Pentacles, your obstacle is work. Honing your craft. Is something where you're attempting to either be the apprentice or the master. Usually this is the apprentice, trying to learn a new trade or trying to learn a new skill that's going to make them more marketable, something that's going to help them. There's an investment in one's future that might be a little bit of a spend of your time, your energy, your attention, your resources, but it's a challenge for you when it comes to this Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's like you need to save time, attention, energy, your assets, but the challenge is that you do need to make sure that you're putting in effort and that you're trying to do something of worth here towards your professional development. So that is a little bit of the challenge, isn't it? Let's go ahead and let's shuffle once more, and then we'll go ahead and we'll look at each month of the year, which we will clarify with the Sun and Moon Tarot for you. Ooh, didn't want to shuffle. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Okay, that was a nice, slow, deliberate shuffle for you. All right. Twist for fairness. There's Empress energy here. Creativity, fertile creative ideas, but also the need to be connected with the earth. You know, that's important. It's important for you. It's how you're going to get those creative juices flowing, but also get grounded in your own energy during this time. It's important for you. It's important for you. Let's give her a knock. We're going to cut the deck. I almost cut the deck backwards. We're not going to do that. But we will take a middle pile. Those will go on top. Okay. For November, for you, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, the Lovers. A choice in between two connections. December, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. January, the Three of Swords in the reverse. February, Strength. March, Seven of Pentacles. April, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Who else had that? I think Aquarius had that in the reverse in that position. May, Three of Wands. June, Seven of Swords. July, the Star. August, Two of Wands. September, the Six of Cups in the reverse. And finally, October for you, the Queen of Swords in the upright. Okay. I'm just going to turn this down just a smidge. It's a little bright. A little bright tonight. I'm trying to get all of these done before tomorrow night because I have a ritual. Ritual has to happen tomorrow night, right? Let's just switch this. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and let's get things. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Five Pentacles in the reverse. Gratitude, realizing that you are not left out in the cold. Self-empowerment. Perfect. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's clarify everything, shall we? Let's unpack all of this with the Sun, Moon, Tarot. We've already, again, like I said, pre-shuffled everything, but we're going to unpack each individual month for you. So make sure that you don't go anywhere because this is where we actually talk about every single card for every single month. Please do make sure, again, that you check out Rising, Moon, and Venus sign. If you don't know how to do that, just go to a place like Cafe Astrology, run your natal chart. It's probably the most comprehensive site, and it's been so for decades now. But you can actually, if you know the time you were born, that's how you can get your rising sign, okay? Twist for fairness. Now you're dealing with Libra. Okay, let's see. The Lovers. So the Lovers in and of itself, this is your November energy. You're dealing with Gemini energy, but also this is a choice in between two individuals, an emotional, romantic connection, and trying to weigh the pros and cons of who you're going to connect with at this time. Could also be reconnecting with an individual or deciding how you would like to proceed in a romantic connection of some nature. Let's go ahead and let's see why the Lovers here for November for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have? Tell me more. We have one. I'm taking 3 for each if I can. If I end up with 4, cool, but I'm not trying to do more than that because these readings are already an hour long. That's why I'm such a because I'm trying to get it done fast. it's not really turning out so well. But I promise you it's worth it. I promise. Okay, there we go. Ooh, okay. So first and foremost, we have the Seven of Swords in the upright. The Empress, I fucking told you. Didn't I tell you? Ooh, and I was 5 seconds outside of the little window for swearing, so that's great. I told you you're dealing with Empress energy, or that you were dealing with like a Libra. I did, didn't I? And then the Star. Okay, so why the Lovers, I asked, right? Because you've had some treachery, some deceit that's been in your midst in terms of a romantic connection of some sort. You've encountered where you've had deceit, treachery. I mean, those are the keywords that come with this card. Don't pay attention to the keywords on the top of these cards because they're rather misleading. But if we look at the Seven of Swords, typically in the Rider-Waite Tarot, it is somebody who is stowing away swords from a camp while the soldiers are sleeping. Somebody who's trying to hide something, pull the wool over somebody's eyes, okay? And so that's been some type of energy that you've dealt with in your romantic connections, either now or in the past, and you're starting to kind of evaluate things from that perspective of, do I want to do I want to indulge people who do that kind of stuff to me? And so that's the question here, right? Furthermore, you do have the Empress energy here. You are connecting with somebody, or one of your options when it comes to the Lovers is an Empress energy. Taurus, Libra energy. It's somebody who's highly connected with the earthly plane, highly creative, fertile with ideas, but also somebody who rules, presides over the earthly kingdom. They are motherly energy, maternal instinct is huge here, and highly feminine in their own right, but also extremely powerful and spiritual with their connectedness with the earth. So that's something that is either an invocation for you, an invitation for you, I'm hearing over here, is to get more connected with this energy yourself, because this is also one of your power cards in the major arcana. But it's something of, I feel like it's more your connection with somebody else. And it's inspiring, you know, it's inspiring. You could also be finding that you're connecting with somebody who's deeply rooted in the arts community, but is also deeply rooted, period, because, you know, the Empress is about that, right? Then we have the Star. The Star is Aquarian energy. It's about healing. It's about tempering two things. I know that people don't often say that, but if you look at the parallels in between Sagittarian energy with the Temperance card and Aquarian energy with the Star card, oftentimes you'll see they're both tempering two jugs of water. And so what you're looking at here is you're looking at the tempering of two emotions, looking at healing. But in addition to that, there is something of a goal here with the Star. The Star is looking far off in the distance as something that you've had to hold out faith for. And that faith is something that you've had to hold out for, whether the clouds were out or not, whether you could see the star or not, whether it was within the hemisphere of the sky where it was visible. And you always just had to trust and know and hold out faith for it. So when it comes to this Lover's connection, you've always had to hold out faith and hope that there was something there that was meant for you. And I know often we say these days that if something is meant for you, it will not pass you by. The energy here with the Star card is, if something was meant for you, it will never pass you by. So that's something that you firmly believe within your heart of hearts. And so that's why you're kind of living into this energy, feeling this energy during November, right? Let's take a look at December for you. You have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a contract that you were expecting to happen, or an offer or an initiation into something that was going to be a beginning of something of monetary, tangible promise, something you could begin building upon the earth. A token, a gesture of appreciation, but something that you could take and you could build on. Something you could take to the bank, I'm hearing over here. It's not happening for you during December, and there's a little bit of, I'm feeling like there's a little bit of disappointment in that for you, Taurus. Let's see why. Why is that the case during December for you? Why is that the case for you during December? That's card moment. I can't take this many cards, guys. I can't. I did it for Aquarius, and their reading ended up being over an hour. I got 3 right off the... Oh, You're just going to force me to take 4, aren't you? Don't you rule the 4th house? Let's take a look. Okay, so we have the moon. We have the moon in the upright, sitting at a lighthouse, staring at a lighthouse. Okay, so this is deceptive energy in a way. But it's also about illusion. It's also about the dream state. There might be something that you kind of dreamt that this was going to happen. Some of you might have actually dreamt that this offer was going to fall through. You also might feel there was dishonesty at foot when it came to this offer. That's what I'm also getting on this side over here. It's like you knew it was going to fall through, like it was just never going to pan out. And there's something nagging at you about it. Your intuition is high at this time when it comes, or during December when it comes to this. And you had this nagging feeling all along during the night. In fact, during the night. Cancerian energy on this. You might have been expecting a Cancer individual was going to come in with an offer, but this is also deception. It's illusion. It's somebody who blew smoke up your ass. Things that are hidden in the shadows. There's a show I just heard over here, What We Do in the Shadows. So something was being done behind the scenes that you're not aware of. Okay, and that's got to do with this here. What else? We have some other things. Hold up. Yeah, so you're moving forward. You might actually end up, as a result of this, it might cause you to decide to move forward and leave that shit burning behind you and move on to greener pastures with that 6 of Swords, because you've realized an inner truth. There's something here. You've went and you've taken time to yourself, cleared away the dry lint of the day, and figured out that there's something else here that means something to you of greater significance, an inner truth that's super, super important, highly poignant. And what you're doing is you're deciding to move forward here. 6 of Swords is normally a guy with his kid and his wife in the boat, and they're fucking paddling away, pardon my French, they're paddling away from an island that's burning with their possessions in the boat, paddling away onto something that's far better, greater, healthier. You've learned something here within yourself, Virgo energy on the Hermit, and it's causing you, as a result of all of this not panning out for you in December, to really contemplate if there's something better that you could move forward on. But it is movement forward. You're moving away from something. This can also be a trip overseas or over the water, oftentimes. It's as a result of deception, because I see the moon there. You thought you could trust something, but it was the moon, it wasn't the star. You know? What else do we have? 9 of Cups. Yeah, because you love yourself. You know your worth. That's what that says to me. And that's a part of the truth that you realize with the Hermit, is that you know your worth. You know what you're worth. You know your strength. You know that there's greater emotional fulfillment on the other side of the water waiting for you. And you love yourself enough to know and demand better. Right? Okay. Enough said. Let's take a look at, excuse me, January. January is about healing for you, because there is a little bit of hurt feelings that come with this. You feel like you sacrificed something, because 3 of Swords in the reverse, so 3 of Swords in the upright is normally great emotional pain. It's heartbreak. You're healing heartbreak in January. In January, there's some pain that you're having to dress, that you're having to put the salve on, okay? Let's see. And you're actually doing a successful job of that. Why and what? Tell us the who, what, where, and when of this energy during January. It's got to do with the Queen of Wands in the upright. Leo energy. Most of the time it's Leo energy, but I also sometimes see it as Aries energy. I almost said Sag. I don't know why. Feminine energy doesn't necessarily mean it's a woman, but, you know, oftentimes. And I don't always see that as third-party energy either. A lot of tarot readers do. I don't. Ooh, that split right quick. That split right quick. Somebody split right quick. You have the World in the reverse. and the Two of Cups in the upright, and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Somebody split right quick. There was an ending that didn't actually end. A meeting of the two as a result of an ending that isn't actually over, but a feeling of being left feeling incomplete with this World card in the reverse, because normally the world the world isn't just endings, guys, okay? The world is also that feeling of being complete. And when you have that feeling of being complete, then you can close things out. You have your closure, cool. You can move on. Cool story, bro. But that's not necessarily the case when it's in the reverse like that. There's something you have to revisit, learn the lesson, and then you can close out the cycle, right? Fixed energy of you, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo, right? There's a meeting of the two that is a result of this split or a lack of feeling wholeness. The meeting of the two, yet there is somebody who's not talking to you about a meeting of the two. And it's causing you great pain. That's what this great pain is about. We asked, remember we asked what's the who, what, where, and when of the situation. That's what the who, what, where of the situation is during January especially. You're feeling like a lack of connectedness to somebody. And this is the story about the lack of connectedness to somebody. They're a queen. They're a leader. They're fiery. They're passionate. But there was a lack of completion somewhere. Something was kind of left with a bookmark in the pages. There's a feeling of emptiness rather than wholeness in a situation. And there's a meeting of the two that caused a halt in communication. And that's where the hurt lies. That's what I'm seeing here in January. You're feeling that. And you're revisiting it so that you can heal it. Because this isn't heartbreak. This is healing the heartbreak. All right? Okay. February, we have the Strength card. Strength card is about taming the inner beast of anger, but also having the courage to speak up when we would or the courage in our convictions when we would normally be a little bit more trepidatious. Leo energy, which is actually a divine counterpart of Aquarius. You'll actually find that most of the time the opposite sign is where the full moon dwells during each sun sign. So you could be experiencing this in particular during the full moon in Leo, which is in Aquarius season. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Taurus. What is the Strength card? Why do you need to have courage? Yeah, well, you're giving me 4 too. Are you going to do this just like Aquarius did? I think so. Strength in the reverse. Okay, so this is that dipping your toe in the water. This is the yes, I will, no, I won't. Okay, I'm going to do it on second thought. No, I won't. Because you have somebody here who is, coming forward then moving back, coming forward, moving back. Their energy's in and out, in and out. Somebody who really is trying to exercise courage, but they're far too reticent to do so with that Strength card in the reverse on top of Strength in the upright. Then we have the Ten of Cups because there is emotional fulfillment that's attached to this. And so the risk, it's a risk versus reward thing. And that's why you place so much value on it and why you're so, I always screw up these words. Not apprehensive, because apprehensive is doing nothing. Not anticipatory. Well, there is anticipatory energy, but you're anxious about it, yes. Give it to me. What is the word I'm looking for? It sounds like you're acquiescing, but then you come forward, then you acquiesce. You come forward, then you're apprehensive. Thank you. Thank you. You're apprehensive. You're apprehensive about moving forward and doing something here with this. You have the courage, but then it wanes. Every time you're on the precipice of action, you become apprehensive once again, and then your courage wanes. With this guy here, the Strength card, yeah, in the reverse on top of a Strength card. because it's your 10 of Cups that you're addressing, or that you'd like to address. It's the height of emotional fulfillment. This doesn't necessarily even have to be a lover. This could be a friend. This could be a coworker. It's somebody who fills your cups and is happy to walk alongside you towards your prosperity in the emotional realm. We have 2 more here for the February. Capricorn energy with the Devil. They're also tempestuous. Maybe that's why the apprehension. The Devil in the upright can also signify fear. Yeah, you're fearful. You're fearful that it's going to lead to that Ace of Cups being dumped out. That somebody might reject you. That it could result in obsession and therefore affect the beginning of a relationship of some sort. I'm hearing that over here. There's fear. It's fear. Eins, zwei, drei, vier. Fear. You keep counting. It's like you're counting down. I'm hearing it on all sides of me. You're counting down every time you go to approach this individual to discuss this 10 of Cups, or discuss how you feel, your feelings. And then, just as you're about to muster up the courage, you get to 4 and then you fall back because you have fear. You fear the repercussions. It's not even, it's not even the result of having the conversation. It's the repercussions of having the conversation. What will that result in for you? Will you be able to harness the power of the temptations that it embodies? Would they be able to handle it? Is it going to lead to an energy of excess? Is there an ability to be moderate? You're worried, but the worry here is that it will result in a beginning not beginning. Okay. Let's look at March for you. For March, we had the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is it's investment. It's investment on the tangible plane. So it's anything that you're putting your energy into, whether it be coin, whether it be building something, whether it be using your hands in the soil to get dirty so that you know that those seeds are going to grow into something you may not know. You might get like a mystery packet of seeds, like a goodie bag at the nursery. But you know, if you get your hands dirty and you put the energy and the effort in and you water them every day and you're dedicated to it, that something is going to sprout. And that if you continue to tend to that garden, that you will have fruits of your labor eventually. It's also about tending to the low-hanging fruit first, being efficient in your efforts. Not necessarily always about coin though, guys. It's not always about money. It can be about money. It can be about your professional endeavors, of course. But it's also about the relationships that you cultivate. I'm hearing the relationships that you cultivate. And it can also be about the skills that you're cultivating within yourself to become marketable, remain marketable. The effort that you put into your home, the effort that you put into your family, and how that shows reward over the long run, right? So that 7 of Pentacles is far more than just money. Oh yeah, by the way, on the other side of this wall, there's a gamer guy, and I think he's a Twitch streamer, so you might actually hear him as the night wears on. Anyway, let's see what the 7 of Pentacles is about during March for you. It's good to have it in the upright. But remember, you do have to continue to be consistent in your efforts towards it. Otherwise, no dice. That's just going to be a barren garden full of dead seeds or rotted seeds, right? You have to make sure that you're putting in the effort. What else? Tell me about the 7 of Pentacles. If you see me pointing, I don't know if I need to even disclaimer it for the people that continue to watch. I'm claircognizant, clairaudient, clairsentient. When I hear ringing in my ears on this side, it's people I know that have passed on, giving me things to tell you. And if I hear it on my left, it's my spirit guides, guardian angels, etc. Okay? Oh. That was easy. Yeah, didn't I say exercising self-empowerment? Wasn't that your overall energy? Be empowered in your actions when it comes to your investment in yourself or in others or in your work, your skills, being marketable, your home, your family, your personal connections, because you have the Five of Pentacles there in the reverse, and that is realizing that you could always, always, always bring yourself out of the cold. You didn't need to wait for somebody to invite you. Yeah? Because that's the church, and church always offers sanctuary. Okay? So it's about exercising self-empowerment. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. There's a lack of balance, equilibrium, a sense of injustice over something, a feeling that there's been dishonesty. It's up to you to call that out. Remember, in the context of the Five of Pentacles, you are empowered to call out lack of balance, any deceptive energy that is there. You always have the opportunity to either right the ship where you are involved personally in it, or conversely, you always are empowered to call somebody out when you feel like, you know, something ain't right. Something smells fishy, right? Yeah, of course you do. And then we have the Three of Wands in the reverse. Without delay. No more looking out over the horizon, anticipating things that are going to come to you, or going, oh yeah, well, you know, I think I'm going to just survey this land forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. The time is now to invest in yourself and to invest in your life and invest in your personal connections. You can't just sit around forever looking out over everything going, oh yeah, you know, someday, you know, there's this fantastic book that talks about someday realities. You live into someday realities, you end up with someday futures, right? It's true. It's true. So you have to start taking those steps now. And that's what the Three of Wands is about. Yeah. April. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Capricorn energy. Seems to be that a lot of people are getting this in the reverse. Different decks too. And it's April through June that it's happening. Capricorn feminine energy with the Queen of Pentacles is feminine energy of somebody who is determined, ambitious, a leader, somebody who also creates a home out of the four walls of a house through luxury, finery, good food, good wine, you know, warm, homey, like a warm, homey space. Somebody who creates something out of nothing in order to make people understand the comfort that surrounds them. It seems that during April, either this is an invitation or rather a harbinger, this is something that you need to fix for yourself, or you are surrounded by somebody who doesn't necessarily feel comfort within their home space, or somebody is just, there's just a lack of determination, a lack of interest in the professional world, or a lack of hard work. Somebody isn't putting in the hard work. Who do you know that embodies these things? How can you model yourself after this individual? And why aren't you doing so? Is there somebody else who needs to be held to account because they're not exercising ownership over the energy of this particular queen? You know? Let's see, why? Why is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse for April? You keep on talking to me so fast, it's not even funny. There's happiness and a wish that is fulfilled. It's the happiest card in the tarot. It's a yes card. So maybe there's a wish that a wish being granted that's distracting this person from their goals and ambitions, or from your goals and ambitions. Another wish of emotional fulfillment is distracting you from your goals, from your home space, from putting the energy into your home space and make it hospitable for others. You have a wish that trumps that thing back in December, which is, interestingly enough, during Capricorn season. That offer that didn't happen, something better comes along. Something better, bigger, brighter. You have to save. And Capricorn don't like to save. Capricorn likes to spend. You know, they find out company's coming, they buy new glassware. It's true. And the best wine to go in the glassware, right? This is about protecting your heart space, protecting your energy, protecting your time, being discerning with how you spend your coin. It's like, yeah, you need to invest, but be wary of where you invest, right? The Six of Cups, okay? Deep-seated wishes, goals, something that was from childhood, even past lovers from the childhood. There's something here about something that you've always wanted since you were very, very young. You might have lacked comfort in the home space when you were young. You might have had a lack of warmth and luxury when you were young. Didn't really feel that you could enjoy the finer things, and so that's a part of your goals and wishes that you're starting to see come into reality for you, or you're attempting to fulfill this or overcompensate for this. And it's actually coming to light for you now. But there's a warning to make sure you're not, bankrupting yourself in order to overcompensate for that. Okay. May, we have the Three of Wands in the upright. So there is something that you do need to hold back on during May. This could be your birthday season. April and May are your birthday season. At least one half of each of those. Seems to be that there is something that you do need to look at before embarking on some sort of journey of adventurousness. Let's examine that further for you. Taurus. Why the Three of Wands for May? What is it? Didn't I say? But you want to take the risk. You want to be adventurous for the purposes of learning. Aries energy. You might even have an Aries kind of pushing you towards taking those steps to, take a risk on the journey that you're about to embark on. Go after something, they're telling you. Go after something. Go after it. Go for it. Go for it. What have you got to lose? That's the beginning of a Slipknot song. I can't remember which one it is, but what have you got to lose? What have you got to lose except your soul? There's no lesson, there's no reason, no time like the present. Right now. What have you got to lose? What have you got to lose except your soul? Yeah. That's interesting. That's a direct quote, right? What else? Yeah, okay, here we go. Five of Swords. Yeah, you're worried. You're worried that you're deceiving yourself. That's why you're sitting back instead of jumping out and taking that fool's journey, right? You don't feel you've exercised a proper investigative sense here, and you're trying not to be impulsive. You're not trying not to take impulsive action. Like, you're trying to take educated guesses. Like, it's one thing to be a fool embarking on the fool's journey, but it's also another thing to be completely fucking irresponsible about it, right? Yeah. Gemini energy on that. This is happening during the beginning. I wanted to say the height of Gemini season. So that would be during the end of May, but I feel like it's right when we turn from your sign into Gemini, with the height of the energy reaching its pinnacle for you at the beginning of June. Let's take a look at June, shall we? Seven of Swords. Again, this is that treacherous energy that I was talking about. There's something here that makes you kind of feel like, I don't know if I can trust that guy or gal, or that deal, or that thing that somebody told me was going to be so awesome. Tell me why. What is this deception? Who is this deception? How can you navigate this deception? Okay, all right. Wise decisions with the Judgment card in the reverse. Four of Wands. There's a lack of stability. Okay. And Two of Pentacles. Okay. So you have two decision cards there. Sagittarian energy with that Judgment card. Two of Pentacles in the reverse is no longer being ambiguous with your energy. No longer playing hot and cold. Deciding that you're not going to... You're being very deliberate in your decision making with that Two of Pentacles. It's also about belonging to a club with a button or insignia of some sort. But dropping one of two different energies, deciding on a direction where there was once none, because there was a lack of stability in one side versus another. You've had to deliberate and make a decision that's a precision decision, I'm hearing. Yeah, a precision decision. The call to action is here. The trumpeter's call. Do you see? Do you see the trumpeter's call? It's time to make that decision. And you're trying to discern in between two things where one, there is still fear here, but you know the best way to suss out the deception of others is through careful deliberation, the proper weighing up of pros and cons, looking at what is most stable and who is most stable, and then being quiet about the decision that you're making rather than announcing it from the rooftops. You still know that you have to make a decision of some sort, though, during June. Moving into July, you have the star. And it's interesting that back here, when we were in Aquarian energy, I was talking about divine counterpart of Aquarius being Leo, because now that we are in Leo season in July, we have Aquarius's power card, which is the star. There's some healing that needs to take place, but also an exercising of great faith and hope in the higher goal and wish and dream of the situation. What is it that you're exercising hope and faith in? And if you're healing anything, what do we have for you, Taurus? Oh, that was easy. An Eight of Cups and death and rebirth. Okay. There's something that you're walking away from. The Eight of Cups is abandoning the contents of 8 cups that are rather full. Trusting the universe that there is emotional fulfillment with the 9 that will come to follow. Understanding that you must let things go and walk away from what no longer serves you. And in so, exercising great self-love, because when we love ourselves, we turn down things that are no longer for us. Because we know there is something that is, if it's meant for you, it will no longer pass you by. Didn't I say that? It will never pass you by. Yeah? That's that feeling with the Eight of Pentacles. And definitively, because we have the Death card with it, Scorpio energy, which rules the 8th house. Interesting. You are absolutely putting an end to something. You're walking away from something that you were quite passionate about with great faith and hope from the star here, that there is something that is truly meant for you that is out there, and you know it's out there. You just have to trust as you're walking away. There's also going to be a need for healing after this. Death is not a direct translation unless you have like double death cards and things like that, right? What we have here, though, is we have an ending or something that has to transform into a new, into something new altogether, so that you can start something new. Endings and initiations, right? It is in and of itself a circle. Okay, I'm not even going to expand on that because it was that obvious. Okay, during August we have the Two of Wands, so there is a little bit of a wait and see energy here. Normally somebody hanging out there with the wands, looking out a window, seeing, is it raining outside? Should I be, you know, wearing my raincoat, getting my boots out, getting my umbrella before I decide to go on a trip or do something? This is absolutely, some people see it as a choice. I don't see it as a choice. I think, should I stay or should I go? So this is what I'm hearing over here, is it's more just, before you embark on your journey, deciding if it's worth the journey. Just taking a minute to pause, reflect, and understand what you're about to embark upon. Let's see for August, and I am shuffling backwards now, interesting. Let's see for August, what is this energy of the Two of Wands that Taurus has? Tell us about it. There's one. Oh, no, it's easy. It's easy with you guys. It's easy with this deck. We have the Matchstick of the Divine in the reverse, the Ace of Wands. So this is a lack of inspiration, a lack of creative spark, a lack of passion towards something. That's why you're a little reticent to move forward right away. That's why you're kind of hanging back, I feel. With that, we do have the Two of Wands, doubled up Two of Wands. Yeah, you're feeling like you need to take a hot minute. You need to take a hot minute. So you're saying to yourself, I need a minute.
I need a minute to really understand which direction I want to move in moving forward, because I'm even hearing it here, the internal dialogue. I really have a chance to do things right this time, but I'm not feeling necessarily moved towards any one direction right now. I'm not feeling moved in this direction or another. I'm not feeling inspired to do this. I don't have the fire under my ass to go this way or that way. You know, that's what I'm seeing there. Well, the Hierophant, this is you. Do you know why? Because you need to connect to yourself, give yourself permission to do what is in your highest interest. You might be talking to a counselor, somebody who offers sage advice, somebody who you connect with who has always been true to your philosophies. This is also about highly structured religious organizations or institutions of some sort, but it's also about granting yourself the permission or the not permission. What do you give yourself permission to do in this moment? And it seems that right now you need to grant yourself, at least in August, you're granting yourself the permission to wait and see on something, to give yourself a moment to really find what is your true calling, but also your inspiration. What inspires you? What moves you? What is the push that makes you move? Because the thing is if you've got Two of Wands clarified by the Two of Wands, that's somebody who has a lack of interest, is completely bored, and doesn't give a crap about moving anywhere. You must feel compelled to take action in order to feel passionate and inspired in all that you do. And if you are compelled and you have that passion to take movement forward, every step is going to feel light as air. You should never feel like you're slogging through mud. If it's something that you adore, you won't. And you'll be the most successful at that one thing. You need to grant yourself permission, and you need to connect with somebody who's going to give you the most appropriate, most poignant sound advice possible, is going to give you shit when you need to hear it. And I think that you're just needing to kind of connect with yourself more than anything, because that's your card. What is it that you want? Don't move on anything that isn't you staying true to yourself. Because when you're finally true to yourself and what you really believe in and what you really want, that's when that matchstick of the vine turns upright and it gets sparked. And that's when you're your most successful and most content, you know? And that's when you really make the coin, right? September, we have the Six of Cups in the reverse. It's an overall energy of a feeling that you have to let go of those past aspirations that you had from when you were a kid. You know, it's like the person, it's like the person who always believed they were going to be a rock star. But when they're 45 years old, are they still going to believe that they're going to be a rock star? Is that still going to be a hope, wish, and dream from when they were 10 years old that is unreasonably unattainable and they're just going to keep holding on to it forever? No, they're not. So this is energy of needing to be honest with yourself about those goals and aspirations that are either unachievable or no longer reasonable or appropriate for your lifestyle, right? I don't get this like energy, and I think I already brought it up with the Six of Cups here in the spread already about, you know, past lovers returning or anything like that. I'm getting for you that it's having that inner dialogue with yourself about what your goals and wishes and dreams were when you were like 10. And are those attainable? Is it reasonable to expect that what you wanted to be when you grew up, when you were 10 years old, is that actually fitting and appropriate for you now? Does it serve your highest good? Does it serve the greater good of others? You know, is it what you would even be good at now? You know, what else? What else do we have? What do we have for that Six of Cups? I'm still flipping backwards here. I'm still going backwards. What is for your highest good and does you the highest honor? I just heard over here. What is the highest honor that you can impress upon yourself? And do the things that you used to want to be speak to that. We have the, Temperance in the reverse. I'd already talked about Temperance earlier, didn't I? You don't need to heal. There's something passionate here, a lack of temper. You might have felt stagnant and like you didn't learn enough when you were younger. You didn't do higher education like you should have. You didn't travel enough, that kind of thing. And it might make you passionately angry. There's a realization of sorts. So you hit a crossroads at some point. You realize something about that crossroads that you hit. You've taken the blindfold off and you have chosen a direction, a way to move forward. But you're leaving those things behind. That it's what did they say? When I was a child, I believed in childish things, but now that I'm a man, I put childish things away. What is that saying? I don't remember it, but I always loved that because it's true. The things that we wanted to do when we were young, and now that we're older, A, are they appropriate? B, are they attainable? But do they even fit us anymore? Is that who you are anymore? Right? Page of Cups in the reverse. There's a communication that isn't coming through that you're expecting and hoping for. You're revisiting the past, looking at it. But it's not coming to you because it's not who you are now. It's not something that you would even react in the same way that you would if it had come to you 20 years ago or 15 years ago. And I'm definitely getting 15 to 20 years ago out of that. It's an apology even. You're looking for an apology. You're looking for an apology that you were owed 15, 20 years ago that's never going to come. And would it even be of value to you? You know, it's about letting go of things, right? Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, the 28th, we had that eclipse it was your eclipse. It was the full moon in Taurus with a partial lunar eclipse in Scorpio season. And it was about letting things go that no longer serve you so that you can transcend them and become something more and greater for your life path. You know, I'm a Taurus North Node. My lessons are all about the stuff that you're encountering in your day-to-day for your sun sign. They really are. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We are still flipping. We are still shuffling backwards. Let's see. Finally, we have the Queen of Swords in October for you. It's about justice, regaining. I think here somewhere we had we had it back in March, the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So October, you finally gain balance, equilibrium, justice over something. Let's see what that is all about for the end of your wheel of the year. For October next year, what do we see with that Queen of Swords? Libra energy on that. So it's going to be during Libra season in particular that we will see that energy unfold. A lack of stability. This is you also, masculine, Taurus energy. Connectedness with the self, coming into balance with the self, finally observing where you did not do yourself justice for your home space, where you could have brought more stability into your home space, where hearth and home were not in balance with the other things that you invested your energy into. What else? Three of Swords in the reverse. Didn't we have that? We had Three of Swords in the reverse here in January. You're revisiting it in October. How you could have done better for yourself in your healing from heartbreak. You might even be heartbroken over the fact that you didn't do yourself justice in a lot of things. That you self-sacrifice. You let yourself fall by the wayside you healed others at the expense of yourself. And your allegiance was never to yourself first. You're going to right the ship. You're going to do yourself justice in this and bring things back into balance. It's not self-sacrifice. There's nothing selfish about focusing on the self. If you do not love yourself and if you do not take care of yourself, you have no business taking care of others. You're healing heartbreak. But I think it's more here that you're heartbroken over the fact that you let your emotions, your soul, your well-being, the things that mattered most to you fall by the wayside in sacrifice of the well-being of others. Your allegiance must also always be to yourself. That doesn't make you a selfish human being for doing so. And I think there's an examining here of why that is, that mentality is something that you might live into. I mean, you know, that's something kind of in the Western Hemisphere, we are taught to live in the pursuit of happiness, and we live in a monistic society. Yet, a lot of time we are considered selfish human beings if we're not focusing on other people's success, other people's development, other people's happiness, other people's emotional and mental well-being, their physical safety. But we're not worried about if we're safe, if we're doing well mentally, if we're okay, if everything's tickety-boo with you. You're worried about everybody else. And then you have a nervous breakdown, you're exhausted, you're sick, and you wonder why. You know? You cannot be of service to others if you do not serve yourself to your highest good first. Right? You have to give yourself permission. It's a Sarah Blondin meditation, in fact. I'd like to give you permission. You can find it on YouTube, in fact. And I'd like to give you permission to listen to that. All right? Finally, Six of Pentacles in reverse, a fucking lack of balance. There is too much give and not enough take, too much take, not enough give. Who is the charity and who is the charitable? Look at that in your life. And especially in October, it's going to come to the forefront where there have been people who have taken far too much, where you have given far too much. And how, you know, the bank book never balances out? Kind of seems to be the case. Dare I say it, there I said it. I'll do it until the day I die. All right, let's see. Numbers of significance for you from November 2023 to October 2024, Taurus. I told you they're going to be an hour, yeah? 5, which indicates change. 7, which is about higher spiritual learning. 6, which is about harmony and family. And then 9, which I can't remember what it is. You'll have to look it up. Let's get you some magnetic poetry, and then we'll be done with your spread. Ooh, let me make sure that's on the 6er. Cool. And you'll have to figure out what all of this means, because I'm going to get you extra words this time, and I mixed them all up so we won't have redundancy here. Okay, Taurus. Write them all down, make sentences. If you see keywords of some sort, you might want to just kind of keep them tucked in your wallet or something in case you see them on signs or you see them somewhere over and over again, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. There you go, Taurus. Thank you for watching. You have a great Halloween. We'll see you next month. I'll get 2 Minute Tuesdays back going as soon as I get, you know, kind of used to my new gig. And, you know, start, you know, giving yourself shit if you're not focusing on you, because everything starts with you, not A, right? It's not A, B, C, D. Everything starts with you. All right. Share the love, show the love, and we'll see you when we see you next. Subscribe if you haven't already. Bye. And again, this is why we don't show the board, this disorganized, or this organized mess, I guess we could call it, because this isn't going to mean anything to you, whereas I know exactly what this means. Okay, bye.